Hello, this is Soundout here, and welcome back to another Power Rangers Legacy review. Today we'll be taking a look at Power Rangers Legacy Series 3, including Mighty Morphin White and Yellow, and in space Black, Blue, and Pink. This actually is kind of a great wave because it finishes off the two Build as Megazords from the previous wave, Wave 2 and Wave 1 actually. This is Mighty Morphin Yellow's long time coming here because she finally finishes the Dino Megazord. It's also the first wave not to include a Red Ranger, which I think is super interesting. And this wave did start releasing in March 2017 into stores. Most of the places have scheduled for April release. They did start hitting in March in stores. I found mine at GameStop, as you can see by here. GameStop seems to be expanding their collectibles, which is great. I think that seeing these in GameStop was pretty awesome, and I do like shopping at GameStop for products like this because they got a reward system. It's pretty nice, and their customer service is excellent. So overall, definitely cool. But hopefully these do start hitting Target, Toys R Us, Walmart, etc. in the near future. Now this wave, it's the third wave. This is the fourth wave I've reviewed. This is the third main wave of figures. So there's not much to go over packaging-wise. We've gone through this. White Ranger is packed two per case for those interested. So just like the Tommy in the first wave, which is the Green Ranger, he is 2 per case. Which this is also the first time we got White Lightning on the packaging. You can see that it does come with Saba, a really nicely painted Saba, and the holster. No extra bonus accessories. I don't know, we'll talk about that in a bit, but you see none of the parts are highlighted on the back for Mighty Morphin. But you got that going on here. This is the same basic packaging as we've gotten for every release, but it is a little different. Yes, the Yellow Ranger is using a female body. If you have a problem with that, go pick up a G Ranger figure art. So we got that. I think the part is in there as well, which is great. And looks good there. In space black, looking really cool. He kind of looks like he's sitting almost in this pose, but looking great. Can't wait to finish this Astro Megazord in this video. In space blue, also looking awesome. I love how the packaging is consistent across all the waves, so you don't get like Wave 2 plastered on the front of it. Also, these do all say limited edition because they are doing the 1 to 2 production runs only, so I think it actually is only 1 production run in total. Basically, when Wave 4 comes out, Wave 3's... Like, once Wave 4 goes into production, Wave 3 is going to be stopped being produced. That's the concept Bandai has going in order to prevent shell forming on the Marvel Legends scale of shell forming, because, oh my gosh, those pile up at stores. So far, these have not done that, so it's working. We'll see what happens when the next wave is just a bunch of repaints to get weapons. So, without further ado, since I've spent 3 minutes on packaging and overview, let's take a look at the figures. We're going to start, just to go through this, we're going to start with Mighty Morphin White, get him out of the way here, since he doesn't have a Build-A-Figure part. Then we'll go on to Yellow, then we'll go to the 3 in Space Rangers, then we'll wrap this all up and talk about the future. So starting with the Mighty Morphin White Ranger, let's talk about his biggest flaw. Just get this out of the way. He comes with 1 accessory. It's Saba. It's a very nicely painted Saba, but that's it. This is the $20 action figure, and I feel like he should come with more. He doesn't come with a Build a Megazord part. He just comes with Saba, and it's really nicely painted, and I will say that. It's even down to the little eyes there. But I just wish he had more. Maybe a collapsed Saba would have been nice. Maybe an alternate hand where it's got like an open palm thing like he used to do a lot. Or the sword for the Megazord as an alternate piece. I don't know. Something would have been nice to see more than just Saba. Especially since he doesn't have hardly any paint apps. It's just mostly his helmet and Saba. So I don't know what really happened here, and maybe it was a budget across like the Mighty Morphin Rangers that caused this, but he doesn't come with a whole lot, which I don't like. I think he should have come with more, plain and simple. That being said, the sculpt is pretty dang good. The suit is very much designed off the American version of the suit, not the Japanese version. The Japanese version was made to be a lot shorter because it was a kid as the Kiba Ranger, but in America it was the White Ranger was Tommy, so it was a adult-sized Ranger. So you can see they still got the muscular sculpting. Still got a diamond shape in there, so there's the same Mighty Morphin mold. The shield is not removable, which makes sense. It is, however, split on the sides here so that the ab crunch joint is not restricted in either direction. So that's the closest to Ko you're getting here. But you got the bands, which are really nice. The holster. Now the holster, you're probably wondering, well, how does the whole sword fit through there? And it's like, it doesn't. It actually just is split in the back. And the split in the back allows you to insert the part of Saba here. And then that way he can carry Saba. It doesn't look perfect, but I'm glad at least, like, unlike the Blade Blasters, they didn't just include the closed mode, and they actually included the weapon mode. I'd rather, if you have to only get one Saba, get the weapon mode, not really focused on the closed mode. Blade Blasters suffer from that because they can't really be used as weapons in the mode they're in. But overall, it does look pretty good. Like I said, the only paint applications will actually be these: the black here, and the helmet with the black and gold. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So, looks really good. Articulation, I'll run this down. For this set of reviews, the male Rangers, left and right, up and down, shoulders move out, 360, he's blocked by a shield. You got a bicep swivel, double joint elbow, a wrist ball joint, ab crunch, waist joint, hip, side swivel, double joint knee, ankle pivot, and the boot rotation. So he's pretty good for articulation. It's the same articulation for the entire line, as they do use similar molds. I think they have like the same base exoskeleton with everybody, and then they just kind of modify it for each Ranger team. So it works out pretty well. Yeah, I wish he would have come with something else besides just Saba. It's something I can live with, but I really feel like a $20 action figure the White Ranger should come with at least a closed Saba. I think would have been a good, maybe a couple extra hands. But maybe after the Green Ranger having some fragility issues with the wrist joints, they didn't want to do alternate hands. But yeah, Green Ranger came with his Dragon Dagger, the holster, 2 extra hands, and the Sword of Darkness, which made up perfectly for not having a Megazord limb. This guy just doesn't make up for it. Here we have the Mighty Morphin Yellow Ranger finally completing the Mighty Morphin team, and finally completing the Dino Megazord with the right leg, which we'll take a look at later on in this video. Naturally, she comes with a Blade Blaster in the closed mode, and it goes in the holster, and it looks pretty good. This figure is molded to be a female suit, which is fantastic. I think that represents the two actresses that did play the Yellow Ranger in the Mighty Morphin. So it does represent Trini and Aisha pretty well. The belt is now white, so it's not silver like Wave 2's Mighty Morphin Rangers, but it does not have the lightning bolts that the Wave 1 Mighty Morphin Rangers had, so hooray for inconsistencies across the board. That's a sad fact. But other than that, she looks fantastic. She's the first female we've gotten without a skirt, and I think it looks good. The hip joints look good outside of the skirted version. They actually did design to look good. Painted all the way around. Love the paint applications. Her joints are the tightest on any of the Legacy figures I have, movie line included. So that's wonderful. She's got shoulders, bicep swivel, single jointed elbow, glove rotation, a triple joint wrist, neck up and down, left and right, ball joint up here, no swivel. Then she's got hips, swivel, double joint knee, boot, ankle, back and forth, and left and right. Yes, she can hold the Blade Blaster if you want her to. I think it looks kind of weird this mode, so we just kind of avoid that. Yes, so for you G-Ranger fans, you do not get a male Tiger Ranger, you get the female. If you want a male one, you're going to need to go to find G-Ranger male figure art of boy. But for Trini and Aisha purposes, here's your Yellow Ranger. Honestly, I think she's fantastic, and I like her more than the Mighty Morphin Pink Ranger figure. Here we have the Black In-Space Ranger. Comes with the left arm of the Astro Megazord, which we'll put off to the side for now. And he does come with an Astro Blaster, and the Astro Blaster is still one of the most detailed Power Ranger pieces I've ever seen with the paint apps. Wonderful stuff. It does fit in the holster on his waist. He does have the same articulation as the White Ranger and all the other In-Space Rangers. So we're looking at new detail here. Colors are fantastic. Paint is great. Chest is done well. Mine had one minor thing where he's got a little bit ding of red in his helmet. Probably from when they painted the chest. But yeah, overall looks really, really nice. There's not a whole lot to say. I do love the glove and boot design. I love the boot design for In Space with the single line that kind of works out pretty well. You can pose him without his weapon pretty decently. But I do think the added Astro Blasters give it dynamicness that the Mighty Morphin Rangers really lack. I think that Ninja Storm and In Space have worked out better because they actually have some form of weaponry instead of just a holstered weapon. So it works out pretty well. And hey, that articulation's pretty dang good. It pulls off some great poses. Continuing the trend here, we have the right leg of the Astro Megazord, the Blue Ranger. The Blue In Space Ranger is the same as the Black Ranger with a new helmet sculpt. Really great. No weird paint operations on this guy. He's got the same great Astro Blaster, the holster, the articulation. I really can't say too much else about him. The one thing that I noticed was that on both blue and black, one of their boots was rotated around like this, and I freaked out. I thought the foot was assembled wrong, but this does rotate around all the way, so it's good to go. It's pretty neat. I don't really have much else to say about him, mostly because the distinguishing factors between each in-space suit is not as much as, say, Mighty Morphin and Ninja Storm, and especially with the personal weapons, it kind of leaves less newness to talk about. And here is In Space Pink, which comes with the right arm and the final part of the Astro Megazord, which is great. And herself looks pretty good. She's another Pink Ranger. She's got the same skirt as the In Space Yellow Ranger, the same skirt piece. Looks really good. Paint is fantastic. Astro Blaster's painted wonderfully. She does not have the balance issues that the In Space Yellow figure had. She is standing pretty sturdy. Joints are a lot tighter, which is really nice. I love the ab sculpting on the female Rangers. I think it's a great thing that promotes good health. There's a little bit of a ding here on her dome, but not too bad overall. Paint is fantastic. Articulation, same as the Mighty Morphin Yellow Ranger that I showed earlier in this video. And of course, same as the other female Legacy figures. Overall, fantastic figures. So let's take a look at the Build-O's Megazord parts. For several months now, my Dino Megazord has looked like this because it lacked its other leg, which came with the Yellow Ranger in Wave 3. So, to recap, the torso came with the Mighty Morphin Red Ranger in Series 1. The left arm, which is this one, the left arm came with the Black Ranger, the right arm came with the Pink Ranger, and the left leg came with the Blue Ranger from Wave 2. And then from Wave 3, we got the Yellow Ranger leg, plug on here, which is appropriately the Sabertooth Tiger Zord. And here we go. Finally have the Dino Megazord. Great figure. I can already tell just based on what I had previously assembled. But looking at articulation, he's got a ball joint neck. He doesn't have a waist, but he's got ball joint shoulders, elbows, the panels move, ball joint wrists, ball joint hips, ball joint knees, ball joint ankles, ball joint everything. But he looks really good. I think the only thing he's really lacking is a power sword, which if you bought the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive transparent Legacy Red Ranger, you would get a sword. But I did not get that as I was not at San Diego Comic-Con, and it was kind of pricey online. Not really worth it for just a chromed out power sword and a chromed out Megazord saber. But overall, this guy looks fantastic. He doesn't really need the sword. The sword is really only for finishing moves in the days of Mighty Morphin. And I have enough Megazords that have the sword, so, you know, it's not really too big of a deal. I would have liked to seen it, but considering none of the other Megazords have any weapons, I think that this one having a weapon would be weird. That being said, he does have open hands. In case you do have that power sword accessory, you can totally put it in his hand. So let's take a look at the other Megazord that gets finished in this wave. For a few months now, this Astro Megazord has looked incomplete, with only having the torso from the Red Ranger and the left leg from the Yellow Ranger, which was in Series 2 of the Power Rangers Legacy line. We now can finally complete it, so we can attach the other leg here, like that, and we can pop on the arms. I think the shoulder pads move out of the way, specifically get these on here, like that. And here is the Astro Megazord. Looks really good. I love this design. One of my favorite designs, and I love the suit-accurate version of him. Let's go over the articulation real quick. So he's got full neck articulation. He's actually, I don't know if it's a ball joint. It is a ball joint. It is a ball joint. Ball joint shoulders, elbows, ball joint wrists. He's got a waist swivel, which is fantastic. Ball joint hips, ball joint knees, ball joint ankles. He is chunky. He is big. He is ready to rock and roll. Or maybe he's just the best of the best of the best. Because guess what? I think this is probably my favorite of all the Megazord figures. I think the movie one was pretty great too, but I think out of all four, this is probably my favorite, and that may just be nostalgia for In Space and my overall love of the Astro Megaship design. But overall, Astro Megazord is really, really cool. I'm digging these Megazord figures, and I know Bandai has discussed that the Megazord Build-A-Figure parts pull away from the Rangers having personal weapons, and if for some reason they were to stop doing the Build-A-Zord part and include the personal weapons, I'd be okay with that, as long as they release the Megazord figures as well. I really like these things, and they just had like a line of Megazord figures. Oh, that'd be so cool. I think these are fantastic, and it gives me a lot of reason to buy everything from the line, but having weapons for the Rangers would be very good as well. So there's my little 2 cents on that topic. Let's take a look at this wave as a whole. Overall, I think Wave 3 of the Power Rangers Legacy line is very good. Overall, you get 4 exceptionally detailed and well-detailed figures with great Megazord parts, and then you get one figure that doesn't feel like he's quite worth the money. I think that White Ranger does suffer from a lack of accessories, and it really shows. When you think about buying a $20 figure, you can get the one that comes with a weapon and a holster, plus a Megazord part, or you can get the one that has a weapon and a holster. It's just that lacking detail of the Megazord part. I'm so glad to finally complete the Dino Megazord, and then also completing the Astro Megazord is great. I only wish we had an In Space Silver planned out or announced to be coming, because I'd like to finish In Space in that regard. Also still waiting on other Ninja Storm figures, but that's kind of a different story. I'm just really glad that Cassie, Carlos, and TJ could join the In Space crew, and that Trini / Aisha and Tommy now get to join the Mighty Morphin crew. So we have 2 more teams complete. For the main set are complete. Like I said, In Space is still missing Silver. I hope that they get him out someday. So we got actually 4 teams of Rangers for their base teams completed between the movie, the Mighty Morphin, In Space, and Ninja Storm. So overall, I'm pretty happy with the Legacy line. I really like these figures. I would like the White Ranger more if he had more accessories. Last time I'm going to mention that. So pretty much that is it for this wave. I would recommend these. Like I said, they first started appearing at GameStop. Depending on when you watch this video, they may have gotten to hit Target, Toys R Us, Walmart. But overall, definitely great figures. I think that supporting this line is only going to make it better. So I've already seen improvement in articulation and paint, and or the articulation sturdiness and paint, and joint quality. It's all getting better, especially distribution. So good job, Bandai. Keep it going. I can't wait for Zeo and Dino Thunder this fall. The next wave to come out for Legacy is a wave of metallic painted Mighty Morphin Rangers that come with their personal weapons. So if you've been wanting the Mighty Morphin Rangers and haven't picked up any of them, if you don't want to get the Dino Megazord Build-A-Figure, you might want to wait for the ones with the weapons. They're not looking too different, so it's not something I don't think I'm going to be investing in, unless the final versions are just full-on metallic armor level detailed metallics. I'm going to be skipping those. That's just not a purchase. I can take that money and use it for other Power Ranger products, especially with new Ninja Steel figures coming out. So I won't be getting that wave, so don't expect a review of that, but stay tuned, because I will be reviewing the Zeo and Dino Thunder waves coming this fall. I am so excited for those. It's kind of crazy. I love this line. I hope it keeps going. I hope, you know, things don't go bad and this line has to cancel, because it makes me sad. I want to see 2-packs. I want to see villains. I want to see more Megazord figures. I want to see what's. I want multi-packs would be great. Put the Alien Rangers out in a multi-pack and I'll buy it like now. Like I'll drop the money now. So I'm hoping this line goes further. We get some exclusives, and overall, really happy. So before we conclude this review, I do want to take a quick snapshot of all the Legacy figures. So I'm going to go add these guys to my display shelf, and we'll go take a look over there. Overall, here is the Legacy line so far, with 4 waves under our belt, 3 regular and 1 movie wave. Those are Toys R Us exclusives. We got Ninja Storm, looking great, In Space, Mighty Morphin, and the movie. Which means by the time Zeo and Dino Thunder come out, I will need to update these shelves and move them elsewhere, or move other figures, maybe. These are definitely looking cool together. I'm also going to need to rearrange the crap out of this shelf, because it is a little bit of a mess right now. That being said, I'm going to work on it. That's pretty much just where we're at with the line right now. We got a lot of figures. This doesn't even include the Power Morphin exclusive Black and Gold Megazord, the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Translucent Red Ranger, or the New York Comic-Con exclusive Translucent Movie Red Ranger. So I don't have those, and there's more figures coming out. So I gotta find some way of displaying more of these guys. That does it for this video. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the little bell to be notified every time I upload a new Power Ranger review. Got plenty of stuff with Ninja Steel figures coming out. There'll be more Legacy waves in the future. Also, from Super Sentai, we got Uchu Sentai Q Ranger and new Super Sentai Artisan releases, as well as a backlog of stuff that I'm trying to get through. Stay tuned for some more special videos I want to do. And check out the Soundcast, which is posted on Fridays, where I talk about Power Rangers, Super Sentai, etc. Also check out Hero Club at hero-club.com for Power Rangers news and Toku news and anime news, all kinds of news, reviews, podcasts, and more. And also be sure to hit the like button and comment below telling me what your favorite figure of this Legacy wave is. And until next time, this is Soundout saying goodbye.